Hello, everybody. This is Jack, and thanks for joining today's training. We have a special guest today, Cynthia. She's jumping on and off. We got some visit within the same hour when we have the webinar. So she will try to mute herself when she hear the dogs, but we should be fine during our hearing Cynthia's story as well. Now, wondering what the weather is on your end, at your place, because it's winter time, and winter time the temperature drops, and at least here. So, do you guys hear me well? Let me know. See my screen, and everything is good at your end because I hear myself, but I'm not talking to myself that good as I talk to you. So it's getting cold, and we're getting Christmas time, and with Christmas comes it's kind of present time, and I see Amazon every day. So today, I together with Cynthia, we prepared a nice topic. Actually, it's based on our conversation yesterday. The discussion came up very spontaneous. Just reviewing now what has been 2023 for us. Cynthia told her story. I told my story, and then Cynthia said, "Yeah, actually, we need to share it with the group." with, with our members, and that's what we do today. Now, to do this structured, um, I kind of want to ask you a couple of questions, like we always do, and based on those answers, we dig in deeper. Now, first, I think what we want to do is make a list of all local services. So just mention any service you know. Doesn't matter if you do it now, maybe you just learned about it last week. It doesn't matter. So the obvious is Legion, of course, Legion. Getting customer is always a top service. SEO. Any other we want to mention? Google Ads, website design. I always have the saying if a business doesn't have a website, then the business doesn't exist. Facebook page. Who said that? Yes, Facebook page. Yeah, social media marketing. Managed hosting. Arlene, managed hosting. I feel, not directly, but I feel they belong together. So with the website, you offer hosting. That's how I do it as an option. Facebook page. Let's do social media marketing. We got that. Anything else? I I also create the list. So let's see if you guys agree on it. Google Business Profile. Did I do that? I said that, but I didn't write that down. I think you can now on business should always have a listing in Google. I think around 90% is using Google, so makes sense that you show up in Google on the top. Use every tool you Google provides to yeah, Google Ads. I have AdWords. So Cynthia, jump in whenever you want. Continue with the list. Search engine. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, thanks for your patience. My daughter called me 5 minutes before the webinar and said she was coming over, and I couldn't say you can't come over, so I didn't want it to be too noisy on our webinar. Everybody's settled. So what about reputation?
Reputation, yeah. So I uh, e-commerce site stores. So I created a list: search engine optimization, local SEO, pay-per-click, Google Ads, content marketing. Yeah, actually,
I do a lot
no.
of that.
Yeah, never liked it. I never liked it, content marketing. But now with ChatGPT, probably it's much easier. Then email marketing, I love it. Mobile marketing, kind of reaching customers through mobile devices and platforms. Oh, Dit is probably SMS marketing. With that coupon digital builder. That makes sense. I was in the past. I was not a fan of text messaging marketing. It was too complicated, and you don't cannot upload phone numbers to text. But if you show coupon on the page, then the whole game changes. Affiliate marketing, so partner up with peers and sell products. Kind of doesn't fit here, but you got the idea. Influencer, yeah, it's kind of a younger audience, I guess, but very popular. I actually watched a YouTube video today for, I think she was 25, and she only worked 2 times a month and earned enough for the whole month. So they do something funny or whatever that is attractive, and they make enough money for the whole month. Video marketing, yes, video, is kind of you have words, image, video. So words, is the traditional way. People don't like to read anymore. Only when they are interested. An image tells much more than text, but a video tells much more, and people love to watch video. No, I don't think there is one day in a year that I don't watch YouTube. There's always where I have been subscribed to and watch a news item. Online reputation marketing. Actually, this was important 10 years ago. It is still important today and will be important the next 10 years. So, reputation. So, your business is very depending on the reputation, on trust. People only buy when they feel trusted. Website design. Yes, Aline. E-commerce. Oh, that's e-commerce. Yeah, it's so hot and still undervalued. I feel every local business should have an, how do you say that, a plan B or multiple income stream. Actually, every business should have a plan when COVID comes back, how they going to operate. So don't worry, I feel it goes a little bit down, back to normal business. But actually, they should have a playbook when COVID comes back. That is very well possible. Display
Yeah,
advertising.
definitely a way I would say definitely it's really important for them to have a way to earn money or even duplicate themselves because our time is so limited. So having like an e-commerce or something like that membership
Yeah,
website would be
and
good.
every local business has opening hours. You cannot work 24 hours. So if somebody is ready to buy, if you have product or service which you can ship online, then you need an online store that if you are not open or you don't want to be open, that people can buy things online. Display advertising, visual ads, retargeting. This in I use that in Google Ads.
Hmm.
Conversion rate optimization. Actually, this is what Cynthia does a lot. So analyze websites and make them better.
I didn't know there was a name to that, but yes, that's so important. I always call it the messaging of the website is so important.
How do messaging? Yeah,
Hmm.
it's all. I think messaging is about the same as conversion optimization. Messaging is is I feel messaging is about the content of the website is clear what you offer. Huh? But conversion rate optimization is kind of you drive the website visitor to an action. So it's not 100% the same, but they are very strongly related.
Hmm.
Analytics and data analysis, yes. So actually, in Rapify, I don't know how many you know that, but in Rapify, we created that you can easily link to Google Analytics. So all my websites are in Rapify, or at least the new ones. And when you link them to Google Analytics, you see the views. 3,806. So 30 days is about 100 views, 100 visitors, unique visitors per day. And then,
That's very
and then, so I don't know if this is linked to Google Analytics, but you see a stats. Okay, Yeah, one is yeah, this is linked now to Google Analytics. I linked them all, but they are not all linked. High demand. It is linked. I don't know. Email stats. Yeah. So the first time you see your stats, you want to look up stats, but stats are not available. You have to give approval to track the stats, and then you click on publish, and then it automatically get submitted to Google Analytics, and now in a day it starts tracking. So that's how easy it became. And then what I did is not a Rapify training, but I'm very excited about it. Where is Jack Hopman now? I lost Jack Hopman. So here, if you go to stats, then you can see which websites get the most visits. You see that? How many views, users per view, average time, and the bounce rate. So those are the most important stats. And you can do that with every website. So that covers analytics, data analysis. Voice search optimization, optimizing for voice assisted search. I don't do that. But you can. Chatbot, that was hot, I think, in half a year ago. I don't hear much about it. Virtual events, webinars. Actually, there's another way to drive traffic that you can invite business owners, in your case, and you run an educational webinar. And they don't need to be present. You need only two, three, or 10 people, so you have somebody to talk to, and then you just send the replay. Or what you do is you go to an opt-in page and you run such webinar uh, automatically. There are tools for that. I don't use that much, but there are tools for that. Google My Business Optimization, yes, very important. Directory listing, yes, that works. Once in a while we have a webinar about it. Social media advertising, SMS marketing, customer relationship, programmatic podcasts, geared marketing, augmented reality. Oh, that is new. Interactive content. So, do you have the same feeling like me? It is overwhelming.
It's
Which
very
was it the
overwhelming.
same that you said, "Oh, Jack, do I need to master all those 30?" I get all those emails. Today I got an email about SEO and about Facebook and about video and about online stores. Oh, how much time did you spend today to read emails and check out products? Give me an idea. You went to your email, you get from a marketer a link, you go to Warrior Plus or whatever. How much time did you spend? And that is
I know when I
where,
first got started, I spent most of my time doing that, and I wasted a lot of time doing that, feeling like I needed to be trained on everything.
and that feeling we have all, correct? That you feel you need to get trained on everything.
Yes. And, that's one of the reasons why, I thought this could be a good webinar for everybody because, I've been now learning for, um, I don't know, maybe 3 years now, I guess it's been. And I remember, Jack, I was on every single training you had, every single time you had them. And I was on other people's training, and it gets just so incredibly overwhelming. And it wasn't until, well, several times and many times you tried to impress upon us that we just need one, two, maybe three at the most services to start off with. And it was also me talking to another digital marketer that was very, very successful. He was just focusing on one where I finally got it, and it made such a big difference. And that's when I had my biggest breakthrough because it's a lot easier to learn, start off with your basics, then, build upon that, maybe two, three different services. And as long as those basics make sense for you and you become an expert at it, it's so different when you're talking to potential clients.
You guys feel like you're overwhelmed, that, you kind of had a feeling that I need to learn 10 things or 15 things, and and I don't know everything. I don't feel comfortable. I'm still a student. In 2009, when I started, I attended every webinar. And what they did is, I got so frustrated at some point. Uh, they teach you what you don't know, but they don't show how to do it without buying the product. And those were 200. Those were serious money, not $1, but they were $500, 750. I kind of almost be allergic to it. That's how I felt, and I said I'm only going to watch a few webinars each week and not every day anymore. I was so motivated to learn digital marketing. In the beginning, I did kind of everything with so much energy, and but that didn't help me. And Cynthia had the same experience, and I guess you guys have the same experience as well. But
And I think it was, like really, I think it was in maybe about mid last year, or yeah, mid 2022, that it finally, I don't know how many hundreds of times you maybe told us this, and how many times I was told, recommended to only focus on one, two, or three main services. And it really took me, I think, hundreds of times to hear this. But that's when I did have my biggest breakthrough, is when I finally just took the time and thought, what do I really want to do for my clients? What do I want to help them? And then what services, what's the first service I need to do to help them? What's the second? What's the third? And I first started with one service, and I was getting eyes on my one client when I first got started, and he was getting a lot of visibility online, but I was noticing that he wasn't getting a lot of calls. And then that's when I realized, okay, his reputation wasn't so great. He had some old feedback from 15 years before that made his rating not look so good. So then that's when I learned how to do the reputation building and management, and work that in as like my second thing. And then what's the next step? So um, one of the things that I forgot to mention when you and I spoke yesterday, Jack, was you had this little grid that I really liked, where it kind of listed the different types of services. And I think, we're all doing our planning for successful 2024. And I know that that's one of the things that I went through. And I, looked at the grid, and you kind of went through, okay, how hard is this? The difficult, how much time, that kind of thing. And I felt like that was really, really helpful for me to kind of nail down what I was going to do. Because I don't know, does everybody feel the same way that I do? Because I mention this to Jack all the time. It's okay. We have all these wonderful tools, and they can do so many things, and it's so overwhelming to try to learn how to use them all. But one big problem is, they say it's so easy to get clients, but you don't know exactly what to say or what to do. So that's one fear. But for me, even the bigger fear was, then how do I fulfill? You think you know, but how do you know if you're doing it right? And that was very, very overwhelming. So, like even with like with Jeff's products, like I'd watch the videos over and over again to learn how to do it, and how do I make sure I know I'm doing things right. But I feel like with all these different products, we have two huge problems. One is, how do we get clients? And then two is, what happens? How do we fulfill and make sure that we're fulfilling properly, and that we're doing things that we're going to continue keeping the clients? I don't know. Is that how people? Because I got to tell you that even with my clients, and if I try something new, I gotta say, sometimes I get scared. I'm like, I gotta make sure I just give tons of value, and I gotta make sure it's working, um, because it's my reputation, right? It's our reputation. So it looks like some of you people feel the same way as I do,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So let's refine this a little bit, because actually Cynthia hit the nail, and but I kind of wanted to build this up. So um, if you want to become successful, everybody level of success is probably is different. But if you want to become successful, you have to define what the ideal service is. And that is really the truth. In 2007, how many years is this ago? It is a long time ago. Before I started digital marketing, I decided to become a digital marketer with downloadable products. Something that I can work on at my time. I put it online and people can buy it day and night. And when I wake, that is probably childish. I know it sounds like childish, but it was my dream in 2007. When I wake up, my bank account is higher than I went to bed. That was kind of my dream. Yeah. Now, a little bit more explanation is you likely, no, I don't know how to say it, but it is hard to become successful if you get paid per hour. Because when you get paid per hour, there are only so many hours in a week. So that limits your success. Does that make sense? So when there are 40 hours, and even when you make $100 per hour, that's serious money, correct? $100 per hour is 4,000 a week, is $16,000 per month. It's not bad, but it's not that you become successful with it. Not really. Huh? You don't make a million. Huh? No. So we kind of want to define the ideal services, and then from all those 30 services, we're going to define what fits the ideal service. So list them here. I don't know if you see this. There's no personal fulfillment. You get paid monthly or yearly. If they cancel, they will notice it directly and easy to set up. So I call that SaaS. SaaS. This SaaS is kind of software as a service. So you set up your client in a SaaS system. So it can be a managed website is also a SaaS system. Call tracking is a SaaS system. Lead widget is a SaaS system. Online store is a SaaS system. So what is not a SaaS system is creating an image or creating content because you have to do it over and over again. Huh? So up to the past, up to a couple of months, I was not a fan of SEO, but with the local citation builder, I love SEO. All of a sudden, the game changed because I converted to a SaaS system. So I don't know. I probably have to say, I don't like working per hour because that limit my success. Do you guys agree with that definition? So we want to look for SaaS services what are easy to set up and get paid monthly. And if the client cancel, then they see immediate effect, so they don't going to cancel. First, let's agree on the definition, and then we go to the next step. We prepared this. I prepared it. Kind of is an extension from what I did a year ago. Something I had to look it up, and I found it, and I expanded on today. Want to achieve now? First of all, there are 30 local services. Not all the local service fits the SaaS criterion, doesn't fit the easy setup and monthly payment system. Only a few, now maybe 10. And then from those 10, some are easy to do than others. So from those 10, we're going to select the best one or the ones you like the best. It's okay to like something. It is not only about earning. So you have to. So like call tracking, I think everybody likes it because it's easy to set up. Lead widgets is easy to set up, but online store might be not your thing. But it's not too hard to learn, but could be. So now we have the definition. We go to a SaaS system, and I created this grid. I don't know.
That's it.
I haven't
Yep.
seen. We haven't discussed it yesterday with Cynthia, but I was preparing this training, and I said, and
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, how can we structure this training? And this is how my brain works. My brain is mathematically, and I cannot remember a lot of things, but I remember systems, and everything what I do is in a system, and what that result in that you do work the most, then work the least for the most money. That is
And
kind of
that's exactly what I was hoping, and I totally forgot to mention it. So, because of course you've also updated it because you have different tools, and then of course with everything changing now with
yeah.
ChatGPT and all that, I love it because this is the updated
That's
version.
probably not complete, but because I probably can add another line item, but I updated it pretty good, now reasonable good, what came up with in my mind today. So
Hmm.
we list the SaaS services. So it needs to fit in a SaaS service because you don't want to sell your time. That is very important. So either you want to have it in an application or you want to have a downloaded product, but you don't want to get paid per hour. That is so important, that definition. Then the second thing is that if they that okay, download the product, you can sell it anytime, so day and night. You prepare the product, you do the setup or whatever, but you don't need to work every month hard on it. Of course, you do maintenance, but let's say you don't want to work more than an hour on it. An hour. That's kind of my criteria. Once it is set up, you should not have to work more than an hour. Why is that important? Now, when you have 40 clients, you work 40 hours. And that is enough for a month, correct? 40 hours. That's what we want, correct? You might work more or less or whatever, but 40 hours is 40 clients, 40 hours. You shouldn't have to work 160 hours. That's not what we want, correct? Who of you guys has as goal to work 160 hours? You might do it, but that is not your goal, correct? And if that is not your goal, you should not select the services that requires it. Huh?
Exactly.
That was
Yes.
really, really, I love your comment. Really said, I want my clients to work 80 hours for me. That was funny. I think that was the funniest thing what I heard today. So I make the list, but I did more. So I make a SaaS score. It's arbitrary. It's not 100% correct, but give you an idea. So the SaaS score is built on, do they need it? Huh? How much work does it take? What is perceived value? So website has a huge perceived value, but for business directly maybe less. It's just a listing, but it's not a website. Then how much is your cost? Because you want to offer a service that costs you almost nothing, correct? Your cost, so then is your ROI high. I think Cynthia, I do you have an ROI of 5 or not? I forgot.
Yes.
Oh, no, I think
It's
that.
anywhere from 5 to sometimes I'm only paying like maybe 10% of
Yeah.
what I collect for some
So
things.
yeah, so
And
you would kind of want to have, if you get earn $1,000 a month from client, you kind of want, your goal is to that your cost is not more than $200. Kind of
exactly.
the thing. Huh? So I
Exactly.
created a list and then lead widget. That's easy. Connect those, correct? Website plus managed hosting, what Arlene said in the beginning. So it kind of takes some effort, but once it is set up, I have so many clients who pay me monthly for the website with local team Jack, and in that period of time, and they pay me month after month, and I almost do nothing. Just make sure that the domain get renewed and SL get renewed. Membership sites, actually. So set up. Who of you guys are interested in membership sites? Planning to do the training on it, so that you can create the membership site, help the local business to provide contact like for fitness and those kind of things. So that's where we are working on to prepare training. Website, we already discussed it. Call tracking is easy. Online store. So online store. Actually, now I kind of talked this on today. Online store. It feels to me that business are back to normal, and they you want them to remind them, assume next month COVID is back. How do you keep your store open? And they need contact management, they need an email system, they need text message system, they need an online store. So it's actually very current still. Business direct listing, I see a lot of success with business direct listing, and especially for SEO, website traffic, perceived value. Pay per call is a nice system if you're good in lead generation in SEO and get website traffic for cheap, or you do the pay per call from Google Ads. Email marketing always important. It's so cheap email marketing compared to any other training. Uh, with coupons, actually, it was uh, you go to Costco, you go to Publix, you go to all the store, and what do you see? People at the register in front of you who are looking for the coupon. You guys see that too? I'm not that person, kind of a frustrated, I have to wait. But every day when I go to a store, the people in front of you are looking for coupons.
I do it online all the time. I have to say, I truly do because there's certain people like especially for the holidays. There's certain stores that I like to buy my gifts at, and if I'm on their email marketing list, I will look like if I'm deciding to purchase something, I will look in my email and see if they have any promo codes or any discounts, and I will because I'll stack them on top of each other and I did that at Victoria's Secret a couple weeks ago, and it was shocking how much I got for $35. So people do it. People look for sure.
Yeah, people still do it. Yes, coupon is still very hot. You will guys get the link at the end. Google Ads, PPC, yeah, my favorite. Video marketing, SEO. I did not like SEO in the past, but BD300, I call it BD300, that's my internal name, but the citation portal is really taking off. It's really making the SEO easy. Just enter the business information with the address, and then it becomes a citation. And I just got a comment back from Gary that he really likes the backlinking. The funnels, yes, we need to do. Yeah, funnels is kind of for affiliate marketing, but what we should do is thank you pages, and in a thank you page you can sell, offer the next product or service. Google Business Profile, security. Now, all those SaaS servers are good. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of the SaaS servers do you need to master to make a good living? Enter a number. That's from how many are it? These are 3 to 8, 15. How many of those 15 SaaS servers do you need to master to make a good living? Just enter a number. Any number is at this point fine because then we have a discussion. You guys get the point, correct? Now, let's come back to in the beginning of the webinar. Why are you overwhelmed if you only need a few SaaS services to master? You don't need, correct? So I hope this is your light moment of the year that you only need to learn a couple of SaaS services to make a good living. Of course, if you use call tracking, you want to learn call CD and learn how things work. If you do business directory, you want to learn how to business directory works. If you do online store, you want to learn the digital store. If you do Google Ads, you want to learn Google Ads. It doesn't mean that you still have to learn something, but you don't have to learn many products. You guys feel the difference? So it is not to become lazy, it is to become effective. So when you receive an email about Google Ads and you have decided that Google Ads is one of your core serves, let's say one of the three, of course you go to check it out what the news is. But on the other hand, if you get an email about um, video is within Google Ads, so I need to come with better is about email marketing, and email marketing is not Google Ads, correct? Then you don't go to check it out. That saves your time. That if you follow those steps, if you follow that approach, you save an hour per day. If you would work an hour per day on your SaaS service, the SaaS application, how to get clients, how to become an expert, you win that game. And Arlene hit the nail. Less is more. It's putting the focus on the things what makes you money. Did this help? So I think, Cynthia, you had the same experience, correct? That you were all over the place.
Yes, and that's why I felt like it was important for us to just talk about this, here toward the end of the year. Is I would recommend, this is where I had my biggest breakthrough, is where I forced myself to only pick three main things. So I really thought about, what do I really want to do for my clients? And I picked the services, like, what is number one? Well, for me, number one was making sure they had a professional online presence. What does that mean? Well, that meant their website. Their website needs to talk to their ideal client. So I call it the messaging, but right, the conversion optimization. So that's like step one. So whenever I've done any of the trainings, kind of show you how I've been able to easily get clients. That's, one of the first things that I'm doing my research. I look them up. I look and see, what does their website look like. Step one is always making sure they have a professional appearance online, because that's what we're doing, right? Then step two is, what's going to help them if I'm getting them a lot of eyes on their website, what's going to help them the best. And always, I absolutely love um, the Instant Connect widget, or Connect Boss, right? Connect Boss. Or some people have Instant Reply to Instant Connect. I have both of them. But that's one thing that I do, and I make sure, if I'm bringing people there, I want to make sure that they can easily reach them. So that was the second thing that I added on. And because you have that, also you have the tracking numbers. And I have to say, that is really, really important. And Jack makes sure that you have these additional things for analytics, like in Connect Boss. And, I had asked, I wasn't finding an instant reply, and he had it in there, and he got it to me where I can download all the calls. And I'm working with a new client right now where they're just starting with branding, and I got to kind of prove that I'm doing the job that I said I was going to do. And thankfully I was able, and that's what I worked on today, is I downloaded from since we started, and with the call tracking, it records the calls. So I was able to actually put together a spreadsheet and show them, hey, we're having a call tomorrow, and I'm gonna be able to show them, hey, here's what was this person called, and they, wanted some this, and I was able to completely easily on a spreadsheet do all that. So and prove that I'm doing a good job for them without them having to ask me to prove it. I'm able to provide them with something like that. Next thing, maybe reputation, right? And then whatever else you do to, to get traffic there. But I would
Yeah.
really recommend that you pick your top three where it makes sense for you so that when you're talking to new people and letting them know what you do, it all kind of goes together, especially when you're going to be presenting a plan to them. Because let's see here, it looked like Kim had asked, how do you find people that need all of that and they don't already have somebody handling at least some of it, and of course, willing to trust a newbie? It's really, really how confident you are in your services. And even if you do it for yourself or you do it for a family member, like I was lucky because I had a business owner that I had given referrals to in the past when in my previous life I was doing payroll and he was insurance. I came from insurance. So he paid me, but thankfully I could prove that everything I did worked. And everybody just needs that. Even if it's your agency to prove that what you're doing works, really good at what you're doing, you can be your own client to prove, okay, and you can track, okay, here's where I am. Nobody knows I exist. And then you have your three things that you do. You're making sure you have your professional website online that presents you well. And then you can even have your own case study about your own agency, being a newbie. But I would really, really recommend force yourself to only choose no more than three, but ideally, what's your main thing? Learn it really, really well. And then what's your next thing? And then prove it to yourself. Because if you prove it to yourself, then when you talk to people, it's going to be so much easier, even if you're a newbie, because your confidence is so different. Now, I have people always asking me for social media management. I don't do it, and I will tell them, hey, my what I love doing is I love getting new eyes on your business, because social media is preaching to your own choir. Sometimes you can't always sell to your own clients, right? And unless I get new visibility, new eyes on your business, that's how your social media can grow and it can help your social media, but I just don't focus on that. So you can develop your own talk track, your own way that you talk to people, because it's all unique for you. And when you are really good and know how to use your systems and you have that confidence, then the fact that you're a newbie doesn't even come up. So I hope that makes sense and I hope that helps.
So in the chat, you should see the link of the SaaS overview. Let me know if you see it or not. And any questions? Let's see if everybody got it. So if you watch this training on YouTube and you liked it, then please hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, I will respond to it. If you feel you have another follow-up question, you can always ask me to send support at jackhopman.com. And I believe next Tuesday is when is Christmas Day? Is that Monday or Tuesday?
Monday. Monday is
Okay,
Christmas.
okay. So Tuesday is just a work day, correct? Then I guys, I think see you. Have a nice Christmas day, and see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. I hope it was helpful, and I wish you the best success for 2024.
Correct. Merry Christmas.